Hey everyone, Mitch the Nobe here. I'm going to redo a video that I showed on something last year where chips got stuck underneath the chain. Now, this is recently on YouTube kind of taken off again, and a lot of people the majority of people have never seen it. They think my chain's on backwards, my chain is too loose, my chain is dull, my rakers are too low. All of this isn't the case, and I'm going to demonstrate what happens. First, I'll explain it a little bit. So, in the cut, you're dogging in, you let off the throttle. It happens a lot in horizontal cuts, but you can also get it in vertical cuts as well. If you're dogged in and you let off the throttle, your rakers are pushing chips, your teeth are scooping chips. If you stop that, you're going to have a big ball around every single cutter that stops being shoved out of the chain. So what happens is you'll get a lift and the stuff will be jammed underneath there. A lot of you are going to try and say you're doing something wrong, but this is just what happens if you're dogged in and you let off the throttle. I mainly cut softwoods, but it can also happen in hardwoods. If you got a sharp chain, you're scooping chips. You're not pushing dust out with dull chains. So if a lot of you guys are saying you've never seen it, you're probably running dull chains and you're just getting powder. If you run a sharp chain, you're getting chips that chunk. You're getting this stuff right here. Chips. So I have a demonstration log right here. I got some pine. It is frozen. I'm going to show what happens. I am running a square ground chain semi-skip. So semi-skip is there's a full skip section and then a full comp section all the way down. So here we go, little demonstration. I'm running an LNS ported 572. This thing's cranking quite a bit of HP over a stock saw, so it's not the power of the saw either. So as I go down, I'm going to demonstrate twice. I'm going to push down really hard, dogged in, and I'm going to let off, and I'm going to pull the chain out and show you what happens. And then I'm going to dog in and then kind of ease off on the pressure and give it a little throttle tap, and I'll show that the chain is cleared. Here we go. Now showing this, that can cause your chain to bog out. You'll hit the gas and it just goes like your brake is on because it's jammed the chain so tight that you can't power out of it. That's because you're powered in and you stopped. Now when you power in, you kind of ease back, you pop the throttle a couple times, look what happens. So that's when you get this scenario to happen. You can basically recreate it in any wood. If you're dogged in, you let off the gas. Like instantly, as you're still pushing down on the saw, you let it go, ease up off the push, you pop it a little bit, it clears the chips out. If you're in a this isn't a very big round right here, this is only like 18 inches, but if you're in a 3-foot log and you're powered into that, you better give it a good few pops because there's so much chips in there. If your tip isn't out the other side of the tree, all those chips are inside the cut. So it's more of a bigger wood thing, but it's also with dogging in pressure. So if you're full barred in a tree, vertical or horizontal cut, and you're pushing down, you let off the gas, you might not be able to pull your saw out of the cut. If you're running a sharp chain, if you're just shooting powder out, you're probably not going to gum up anything. But a lot of guys are saying, oh, you're running a longer bar, you need to be running full skip. It doesn't really matter. It's not a chip clearing issue, it's a pressure while the saw is trying to extract the chips. So hopefully this has been informative. We've learned something, and we can cut back on the, well, I guess your chain's on backwards. The reason why that happened is because I showed the saw like this in the video, I pulled back, and you can clearly see that I was holding the saw up like this, but they thought the chain was backwards. It was kind of funny. Anyway, that video was over a year ago, I think, and yeah, this is a new one explaining that process. So hopefully you guys that are in doubt will find this informative, and yeah, go test it yourself if you don't believe me. With a sharp chain, though. It's got to be sharp. Mitch, they'll be out.